Hello, my fellow dragons and all the like. It is I, Dragon Lover 95 here, and, well, it's been a little bit since I did my last reaction, and, well, I wasn't thinking of doing any reactions for time being, because I haven't really found other types of videos I'd be interested in doing, but then I saw this specific type of picture on DeviantArt, and it showed a link to a video. And this one here is none other than NiGHTS Boss Girl, aka Danny. Yes, after so long, I get to react to another videos again. And also the fact that I think you guys should definitely check out her channel because it would definitely do her a lot. Anyways, if you must know, just a little sum up, she basically did a video like this a few years back. And that is a very well viewed video, which I can understand, because, let's be honest here, Knights deserve better. So, we're going to be reacting to this specific video. And again, you want to go support? I'll leave a link in the description of her channel so that you guys can go check it out for yourselves. Without further ado, let's begin.
Hello everyone, I am currently using text-to-speech since my mic is not working at this time.
Ouch!
This review was supposed to be
hopefully you
released
get a new
in
mic.
2020. The audio and opinions in this piece may not reflect my current thoughts, but I am running low on options. So bear with me on this one.
Oh, we will.
You will need it.
We're interested in seeing what you have to say this time about the comic.
It has been
5 years.
since
5 years later.
Comic book series. Since then, the video has gotten
Over 4,000.
views
Wow, like I said.
and holds the #1 spot for the most popular video on the channel.
5 years.
Is a long time, and time changes things.
Sorry.
So let's see how this comic is holding up. Whether I still hold the same opinions.
Don't worry.
Discuss the one side of the
I
comic
gotcha.
I rarely see fans talk about.
Understanding.
Nights into Dreams was released in 1996 for the Sega Saturn.
That's true.
You play as an acrobatic jester named Knights on a mission to save the dream world from the clutches of Nightmare and its ruler, Wiseman the Wicked.
That sums up.
You fly around multiple dream worlds with the aid of 2 humans from the real world, trying to collect their stolen dream energy known as Idia, while defeating the main bosses within the world known as Nightmarens. Nights into Dreams gained popularity and a pretty massive following, so much so that it
They
was
still are
named
fans
into
today.
a comic book series in 1998.
There we are. My return to hell!
Opens with the immediate introduction of Wiseman the Wicked. He is
I mean,
monologuing
art's
about how
decent
he is
for
going
what
to
it
take
was.
over the world with the power of the Idia he has stolen, and nothing will stop him. All is
Yes.
going well until Knight says yeet and throws them into
Yeet!
the real world so Wiseman doesn't get his sticky hands on them. We then fast forward to the current time.
Hang on. I gotta do the nice thing. Hey, Wiseman! You know what I have to say about that? Yeet!
And are introduced to 2 Nightopians, Nap and Snooze.
The only talking
who are looking for
Nightopians.
strong Wiseman's takeover take 2. They find 2 dreamers
Electric
by
Boogaloo.
the names of Elliot Edwards and Clarice Sinclair. Teenagers who struggle with personal issues in their lives and by chance are brought together. They team
Yep.
up to free Knights and defeat Wiseman before he can
It's a
take over the
3-issue
world.
series.
The story
It was
is
decent.
coherent, comedic, and stays pretty close to the original story from the game besides switching around Nightmare and bosses, and
Yep.
the incorporation of being able to switch bodies with a Nightmare and a Dreamer?
Oof.
Who thought of this and why? I also appreciate the writers giving Nightmares and Nightopians more personality, other than leaving them as NPCs.
Oof. I feel sorry for Claus, honestly, because if anything, he's supposed to be an intelligent Nightmare. Seriously, he can control the uses of his firework mice, which he lights with his tail, which acts as a lighter. It's basically described that Claus is literally supposed to be intelligent, and he's described as, like, or at least in my ideal, a spy. Seriously, the fact that Claus is pretty is actually more of a fragile nightmare, and it would make sense for him to be an assassin of sort. Yes. Yeah, understanding with Riella as well. Just, looking back on that, it's just like, ugh.
And yes, I'm talking about Jackie Boy.
Yes.
It would be a sin not to mention his presence in this comic. The art and color
Jackie
is
Boy.
consistent. Too bad all of that is going to change in the next arc. Now let's be mature.
Yeah.
No childish freakouts.
No! Why does Elliot look like that while he...
Wait, what did I say?
Freakouts.
No!
Hang on. Okay. Yes! I honestly don't blame you.
Why does Elliot look like that while he's running?
Real.
What the hell they
Yeah,
did?
all this sums up.
Okay. No! No!
I'll try not to die
No!
together this wreckage.
It's understanding because that's actually legit. I understand that pain. It's understandable.
Now, before getting into the next part, let me cover a couple things. And the
Oh. Never able to capture knights is still stupid. Why'd you take him into freaking custody, man? If anything, I like this other comic that I've actually seen where Rialla was imprisoned by Wiseman, not only because he failed, but it was also as a punishment, and therefore he couldn't do anything. And then, well, Clarice basically saw that he was in a really horrible state, so she basically offered him freedom, and I consider those two as like good friends now. Yeah, because if anything, he has a rivalship with Elliot as well, but it seems he's pretty cool with Clarice because they basically are just downright just cool friends. Hee hee. I'm really not making the best extreme, but hey, that's how reality happened, people.
previous arc, Rialla befriends Elliot's arch rival, Roger, to help gain information on Clarice. After Wiseman's defeat, Rialla takes over Nightmare and plans to take revenge against Knights. But he can't. Why? Because she's currently trapped in the real world. How did that happen? Elliot and Clarice used their idiot in order to restore Knights after the final battle. But their power was so great, he was able to enter the real world. The longer Knight stays in the real world, he slowly learns why he does not belong. Knights desperately tries to find a way back to Nightopia as fear starts to grip them, resulting in her body slowly disappearing. Elliot and Clarice receive telepathic
Not the
messages
pixely
from Knight
sparkles!
and team up again to find and send Knights back home. So, if you know nothing about this comic, you're probably looking at me weird. What's so confusing about this?
Oh boy.
Well, that was the watered-down version of the story. There are multiple things happening besides the Knight's rescue mission.
It's a fan fiction!
The cops are after Knights. Rialla is destroying all of Nightopia and Nightmare. There is a terrorist group
He's
out
abusing
to
Jekyll.
blow up the Twin Seeds Tower, and people around the city are having weird dreams. Are you slowly understanding why I'm calling this arc a wreckage?
It's a fan fiction, man! A horribly made fan fiction!
Destroy the Twin Seeds Tower because it is a threat? The main cop of this arc, Lieutenant Olafel, is not only trying to stop the group, but find Knights and piece together why people are getting weird dreams. And to top off this messy ice cream sundae, the owner of the tower, Mr. Weiss? Mr. Weiss? Weasel? Mr. Weiss is in on the terrorist attack.
It's Wiseman in a human form.
And out of the dust, Rialla finally shows his ugly head.
You don't want to be like this.
Yes.
This is
what have you done to my handsome Nightmare?
And let me tell you, it's pretty uneventful and kind of stupid.
Yes.
Both are losing their energy fast, and they must get back to Nightopia before it's too late. Down below, Elliot and Clarice
Why did they have to make them so ugly?
To break away from Rialla. He does so, and because Rialla no longer has power source, he just dies. Instantly.
RIP.
It's almost like it went like...
Saw you hanging out with
yesterday. Roger.
It's not what you think. I won't hesitate.
Am I wrong, peeps? Am I wrong? Anyway, the arc ends with Knights being restored and the tower magically being restored too. The second arc was something. The story was very confusing, and the fact that it was only 3 issues long did not help. The art quality dropped drastically, and the styles kept changing with every issue.
Why?
There were a few memorable scenes and some places where the art was good, but why was it not applied where it was needed most? The final battle between Knights and Riala, cover pages, opening pages, and ending pages were severely lacking. Because of this lackluster performance, the series was canned and never brought back up. Just like other Sega video games, Knights was reduced to cameos.
Knights
Eventually guest starred in the Worlds Unite comic in 2015, but even then, Knights played no real importance.
Yeah.
But one thing was never covered after the series ended.
Huh? What is it? Okay. Before we continue, I just want to say this. While the art for that looked really good, they missed the key value. Knights and Riala's attitudes, their behaviors are completely wrong. Albeit, yes, Knights is supposed to be childish at points and also a trickster, but seeing that these are enemies and such, I think they would be a bit concerned, and plus it's at the Dream Gate. And the fact they made basically Knights a bit more to Sonic's personality and not in a good way. And Riala basically more caters to fanfic Shadow, where it's all edgy and all that. It's just like he wanted to fight Knights for no good reason. Unless he's there to capture Knights, but they never specifically say that, and just I just said, fuck you, Ian Flynn. Just that's all I need to say. Okay. Sorry, I just need to say that. Continue.
On page 14 of the final comic issue, take a closer look at the bottom right panel.
Yeah.
Mr. Whis' shadow is distorted while he claims that his nightmares will come alive with the destruction of the tower. Before you excuse this for bad artistic taste, look at the other shadow in the panel. It looks normal compared to the other. So whose shadow is this?
Wise man.
Who do we know that has a similar spiky form? Wiseman is not dead. He is very much alive and plotting his next move. No doubt this was going to be how the miniseries continued, other than the strange dream thing Olafel brought up. I have 2 theories. One is that Mr. Whis is Wiseman reincarnated into a human, and he's trying to get back to the dream world. The other more plausible theory is that Wiseman found someone he could manipulate, and is now using Mr. Whis as a power source. The bombing of the tower would cause so much fear, Wiseman could properly return with.
That's a good theory. It's a shame this wasn't executed well.
Is because we have a similar concept in the games. In Knight's Journey of Dreams, if you do not complete the main story with a C or above, you get the normal ending.
That. That's good storytelling. Way more intimidating than what Eggman could have done.
Then the series would continue off from there, with possible new locations, new dreamers, and perhaps comic book exclusive Nightmares. And if the series ran long enough, perhaps it could have connected with Journey of Dreams.
It's a shame. But hey, there are people that can make these.
But that is just a theory.
Yeah.
A Knight's theory.
That's fine, that's fine. We cool.
The Knights into Dreams comic was a hit or miss. The slowly decreasing effort and management of the project caused its untimely demise. I would have loved to see this comic rival the Archie Sonic series. Archie Sonic had its own lore and history with a gigantic cast of character exclusives. That type of attention would have at
But they
least
freaking
boosted
killed
the
off a lot of
interest
the
in
Nightmares,
Knights
so what is
overall,
that gonna do?
and possibly help the series get more than 2 games. But that can just be me. If Sega
Yeah.
decides to come around with our favorite purple clown again, I hope it will be carefully thought out and planned.
Mm-hmm. That's always important. Justice for Jackal, man! Well, that was the Night Toby Fox Girl Knights comic look back. And I just want to say this right now. It's nice to see that this makes a return. Because if anything, I miss this kind of content. But hey, creators gotta basically make different types of content whenever they can. And well, I just want to say this. Honestly, this was well thought out and careful, and I will admit, that theory, or at least theories, were pretty good. Never would have thought of it like that, but hey, if anything, if there's any Knights fanfiction out there that will possibly do something like that, it would definitely be really interesting to read. Though I will admit, it's a bit, well, jarring that a lot of people just go for, say, fan fictions or Knights is basically within some sort of location in the waking world. Which honestly, I get experimentation and such. I mean, Knights literally can exist anywhere. Heck, even the world of Battle and Wonderworld wouldn't be too far off. But I just want to basically say this. For anyone who's interested in doing that Knights content and such, take a look and think, what would Knights basically fit into and what category? Would be is what lore, what scenario could work. Is it going to be a comedy base, serious, you name it. The possibilities are endless. Endless possibilities, as they say. And here's the other thing I will basically say. I guess my closest would be is, well, my different variants and such. And possibly the kind of closest would be is Silent Dreams. We're basically taking the characters a little more differently, and how it's a much more dark and horror theme. You know, just taking the horror assets and setting such like Silent Hill, but with some added Knights content in it. Keep this in mind, people. I still have a long way to go for that one. But yeah, I just want to basically say, you're done great, Danny. It's great to see that you still got it, and you managed to do this really, really well. Until then, I wish you all a good day or a good night, wherever you guys are, and I will see you all later. Till then, pleasant nightmares.